To be completely transparent, I do not have a financial relationship with Vercel, the parent company of NextJS, Turborepo, and Turbopack. The opinions expressed in this video are my own and are based on over a decade of professional software engineering experience in the enterprise business space. First, let us differentiate the difference between Turborepo and Turbopack. Turborepo, the build system, is in production, and I've seen it used in production. Turbopack, you can think of Turbopack as Webpack version 6, and it is still in beta. I initially picked up Turbopack on my radar in July of 2023. I am making this video in September of 2024. And again, Turbopack is still in beta. It does not have a production build mechanism as of yet. So to build it, we will still need to use the Webpack build. So what I would like to do in this video is to have a sneak peek at Turbopack in the local developer environment so that we can have a better understanding of what the developer ergonomics and developer quality of life is like when we use Turbopack with NextJS as well as Webpack 5 with NextJS, and then we'll throw in Vite React server-side rendering in there just for comparison. So before you are to NextJS 14 applications with the standard run-of-the-mill configurations with Tailwind CSS and ESLint configured. For the Turbopack version, I used the with Turbopack flag when I created the Next.js app with the standard command line interface. And then, as you can see on line number 6, we added the turbo flag when we run the def command. Again, we will only run this in the local environment. Building this won't prove anything because it's still the Turbopack is still building using Webpack 5 build mechanism. I issued the command npm run def for both application and off screen. I actually did this 3 times, and Turbopack was faster every time. And here you can see the time: 1043 milliseconds versus 601 milliseconds. Off screen, I've opened up incognito browsers for both applications, and you can take a few seconds to study the time between the Webpack 5 app and the Turbopack app. Clearly, you see the superiority of the Turbopack Beta. Because I tend to have a very wide audience, in case you're not a software engineer, the smaller numbers here representing time in milliseconds is better than the longer time span. Here we are in the browser, in this case, incognito Chrome Windows. Of course, Turbopack over here on the right, and then Webpack 5 on the left. So let's examine the payload going across the wire. And obviously, I've selected all payloads. You can see the time difference here. And then the weight of the resources going across the wire, and the numbers of kilobit transfer initially, Now, Turbopack does have more file request, and that is because it is already chunking out the JavaScript files for us. That is to say, it's code splitting the files to optimize lazy loading. Now, if you've manually configured Webpack 5 or Webpack 4, it's quite a bit of work to chunk out or to split out the JavaScript and CSS. Um, it's possible, but it's work, especially I think in Webpack 4. Uh, in TurboPack, it's already doing that for us straight out of the box, so the developers don't have to do anything. In terms of code splitting, obviously this is for improving performance. Now, the TurboPack team has studied the methodologies of Vite quite a bit, and they've mentioned that. Now, it is my theory that they are mimicking what works really well with Vite and then configuring that to work really well with NextJS with their own secret ingredients thrown in there. They've also mentioned on the Vercel YouTube channel, they mention Vite as well, and they sing the praises of Vite, which is great, which is fine. It'll make, at the end of the day, it'll make TurboPack better. And if you read Sun Tzu, The Art of War, uh, it says that something to the effect that it is wise to study the ways of your opponent. Speaking of Vite, here I have a Vite with React server-side rendering application with a router, Tailwind CSS, and ESLint, all configured and ready to go. This is the Vite React server-side rendering application running from my local code base. This code base is unmodified and unoptimized. The speed of Vite is at this point legendary. I did not build Vite because TurboPack does not have its own build as of yet. It's still using the Webpack 5 production build. So comparing that at this point in time is kind of pointless. I will do the comparison though once TurboPack comes out with its own production build. So here's the quick comparison between Turbopack Beta version and Vite. Now, I do have more code on the Vite side. I have some components and some pages there, more so than the NextJS app. The NextJS app is just the default CLI app that is generated when you utilize the CLI. And here's the comparison between Vite and Webpack 5 application. Again, the Webpack 5 application is just a default NextJS app that you get when you use the CLI to spin up a NextJS app. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek. If you like this type of video, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.